Yo, welcome back to another lovely day.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Welcome back to you kicking it with After Real Truth, Pomegranate Samurai, my man Shango.
Two S's.
Two S's. Rib Wreaker. Wrecking the ribs like he had a barbecue joint. So we're just gonna talk today about the transition between a big city and a little town. I'm originally from Chicago, but I moved to Texas to a small town. I moved to Killeen at first, but now I stay in Temple. And they're both a lot different from Chicago, a lot.
And I hail from Los Angeles, California, but I was born here in Texas. And you talk about difference, big difference.
Big difference,
not
man.
Even
oh
city-wise. It changes you in a way too, because I'm not gonna lie. In LA, I was wild, buck wild, more wild than I was down here. I was more quiet down here because I love Texas, but y'all strange.
Strange is not even the word. It's weird down here, man. There's a lot of there's a lot of stuff that's a lot different. Like for instance, it's a lot more animals, man. You know what I'm saying? You would definitely expect that with us being from the city and then transitioning over to more of a country area. But I'm gonna tell you something. It can be quite terrifying, for real. Cause man,
oh yeah, especially in the dark. Cause man, living out in the country in Wolford? So it's in West Texas. You see some stuff in the sky at night that, I swear I seen Jeepers Creepers when I was 13. I'm not playing.
Really?
There was something big as hell in the sky.
And
it was dark, and I seen it.
I can believe that because, like I said, when I first moved from Chicago, I moved to Killeen. And being in Killeen wasn't that much different from being in Chicago. It's just that there were no big buildings. And like being from Chicago, people always talk about the violence there. I mean, I guess it is a lot of violence, but I always kicked it in positive circles, so I never really experienced too much violence. I mean, I've seen some things though, but I've seen more positive than negative. So I reflect on that more. But man, not being able to be around no big buildings, like they downtown, man, when somebody's like, man, we go downtown Killeen, I'm like, oh, bro, we going downtown. Downtown Chicago was like artsy buildings. I'm talking about people of all different ethnicities, all that. When I went to downtown Killeen, bro, I was terrified.
I was trying to look at the light. I know I'm going to look crazy. Look, but compared to like where we live at, there are no skyscrapers. It's kind of odd, because you can see the sky all the time. But it's kind of strange for me to say that. But downtown LA, it's just building after building after building after building after building. The skyline is famous. Coming out here and seeing just like hills, and I think the tallest building here would be the hospital.
Yeah, because you know what I'm saying. Yeah, you can see the hospital here. The hospital here is called, the main hospital is called Scott and White, and there are no other hospitals. So Lord forbid you mess yourself up, man. You gotta travel so far.
I think that's why they got the helicopter, because if they gotta kite you out, you gonna fly.
Like, bro, you gonna die. Don't get hit by nothing major. You gone, bro.
Oh, for real. Like I've seen like this dude. I'm not gonna. Can't cut it out, but just know, yeah, they real slow with the helicopters and the taking care of folks down here. They've caused some deaths, and this ain't no hypothetical.
It's pretty risky, man. And Chicago had like several major hospitals. This hospital's all over the place. But some hospitals they'll take you to before they take you to other ones. Like the area I lived in, you know what I'm saying? I've always lived on the south side of Chicago. I've never really lived too much anywhere else. South. Well, I say southeast side over by the lake, and closer to Cottage Grove. If anybody from Chicago is watching, you know what I'm saying, I'm from off like 79th, you know what I'm saying? Where you rapping in LA, my G?
You said a lake and then the street right by. That kind of shocked me, man. You know how far we got to go to get to the ocean. I mean, it's like one side of the bus ride all the same, but like, when you say a lake, you mean like one of the greats?
Lake Michigan.
Oh, I think I need to go to
Boy, when we used to kick it on the beach, I'm talking about me and my brother used to walk straight like where I stayed at. Where I stayed before I moved, I stayed off 71st and Jeffrey, you know what I'm saying, on Clyde. And this right by this big golf course. So we used to always like, man, nighttime we would run around the golf course with like, I got a sword. So we used to run around the golf course with the sword. And then nighttime, like people would just focus so much on the negative in Chicago, but Chicago is so beautiful. At nighttime, bro, we used to go to the beach. We had like a community of drummers, bro, playing the African drums. We'd be out there dancing. People be out there smoking a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of the turquoise blue, you know what I'm saying?
Turquoise blue.
Yeah. The greenery, you know what I'm saying?
Oh.
What? You know what I'm saying? But, and bro, we just be living it, bro, chilling, talking to the ladies, vibing.
As far as LA goes for me, I was raised in South LA on West Florence, the main street. I've seen cars blown up, people get jumped, and countless taggings.
Bro, it sounds like you lived in a Terminator movie. That's what it sounds like.
Bro, it's wild out there, but it's not for the faint-hearted because I live with my grandparents, so the majority of my young life, they kept me in the house because, you know, people start gangbanging relatively early out there. And me, being a little dummy and knuckleheaded at the time, as soon as I decided to get out the house, I fell right into the culture, per se. Wherever the quotations go right there.
You know, I've never, bro, I'll be honest with you, bro. I've never been in any gangs. I've always operated. And even like Chicago it's got some big gang territories, bro. Like where I grew up around a bunch of GDs. Then the area turned into just like GDs one block and the BDs on the next block. So then it's like, dang. So maneuvering through that and like where I was raised at, you know what I'm saying? My mom was a teacher. So she taught a lot of the people around us, so they just automatically knew me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I never had no problems with them until she stopped teaching over there, and then, you know what I'm saying, once, like, the graduating classes of who knew her as a teacher, they didn't know her no more. Mm-hmm. Then the people in, like, the kids who did know her were, like, the old head gangbangers thing. You know what I'm saying? But, see, I never really had any altercations, like, other than, like, regular little scuffles that any normal person would have.
Bro, when I tell you, the gang...
What was that?
I thought you... Well, I tell you, gang territory is so close, and LA is not even. I'm not joking. Look, where I went to elementary school at first, it's called Raymond Avenue. I think they changed the name now. Mm-hmm. That was in the Hoovers, and that was across the street from where my grandparents lived. And then before then, I went to a school called San Rafael, and I think that would be 20s territory. And from there, I think when I started going to middle school, I went to Horace Mann, which is in the 60s. And this is all this is within walking distance.
Really?
Yes. And then my high school was caught up that I didn't start getting into blood territory until I made it to high school, which was a change because in all the middle school I was friends with everybody. You can't do that. You cannot do that shit in high school.
I went to a military high school. There was people over there who rep gangs, but most of them niggas in there was like soft, bro. They used to try to go. It's kind of like the people who be like they thugging here in Temple or in Killeen. Like to me, like I don't know, like when I was saying in Killeen, people was like, "Oh man, I'm a gangster, bro." You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do this and this. And to me, like where I'm from, like man, a real gangster not gonna tell you he a gangster. He just do away with you. You know what I'm saying?
Knock. Did you definitely a change? Like people in LA, they mouthy, but at the same time, there's many places you don't want to step. Like, I don't walk in some places because I'm not stupid.
I agree with you. Growing up, like how long did you live in LA?
Okay, on and off. I say about it combined Now I lived in San Diego for a little bit too. Nigga.
Wait, you live in San Diego too?
Mm-hmm.
How was San Diego? San Diego sounds very soft, bro. Like it's not hardcore.
No. There's parts of San Diego you don't want to mess around in.
Really?
Especially when you get around the Lincolns and all that, you know. And it's San Diego was I was a kid, man. But like I said, people start gangbanging like at a relatively young age, like 11, 12, nigga. And you gonna get shot. But San Diego, I stayed around the military base. I think it was more died down over there.
Really?
Yeah, cause I didn't no gunshots, things like that. Like LA is a trip. I think me and my grandparents went to Pomona for New Year's in like 2000. I think it was 2012. And when we came back the next morning, there was a mushroom bullet like sitting right in front of the front door. A mushroom bullet.
What is that?
Bullet, like, but you know, bullets mushroom when they hit.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So it went up and it came down in front of the door. Like, dead, like, you know, that's kind of scary because what if somebody been coming home at that same exact time they got hit in the top of it, right in the crown.
Ooh, not the crown chocolate, clean off of them, huh?
But a combined 8 years.
Okay.
8 years.
See, I've only ever lived in Chicago. I've visited other places, but typically the places like when you go visit them, you don't never get to kick it like in the places where it's real gritty. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like when people come to Chicago, they don't come to Chicago and come over to the east side of town or the south side of town or the west side of town. You know what I'm saying? They usually stay in the downtown area or they go to like, if they come south, the furthest south they'll probably come is by the Museum of Science and Industry, which I didn't live that far from there. But once you get behind the Museum of Science and Industry, it's a completely different world from where the tourists hang out.
How does it change? Has it changed though? Because downtown LA is not the same as when I was a kid. You know, I went down there recently.
I mean, yeah, a lot of stuff changes. You know what I'm saying?
It's getting like it's super.
Trump Tower got more popular.
Super gentrified. Like,
oh, now like around what's that 63rd. Once you get over by the red line, it's become more gentrified because what's going on is like, you know what I'm saying, like the property and stuff over there is like cheaper to get the land. So a lot of like younger hipster Europeans are coming over there getting the land, and what they're doing is what I've suggested to a lot of like melanated people, you know what I'm saying, is to get their money together and get property. The property goes for almost little than nothing, you know what I'm saying? Get the property and you can literally turn it to farmland because it's like a lot of people don't know, like in certain parts of the city you can actually have a certain type of livestock, you know what I'm saying? So what the hipster people do is they actually buy land and they know the laws, so they actually get chickens and turkeys and stuff like that, and they turn the lots, the vacant lots, they turn into land where they grow corn and all types of stuff that can survive throughout different,
They have security?
No, bro, people don't touch it.
I'm robbing turkeys.
I'd take a turkey too, but I would literally be amazed. I would literally take my daughter around like when we lived in that area, like, and I would just show her like this is what you can do, literally, and then like. You know, a lot of people I suggested, like, well, you can just grow stuff. They're like, how can we grow stuff? Like, bro, you can grow fruits and vegetables in your house. You know what I'm saying? Like, for all you people out there, you literally can grow things in your house. I'm growing fruits and vegetables in my house as we speak. It's a little annoying with some of the stuff that comes with it because, like, I have gnats that fly around. So it's just so annoying. Right. If y'all ever see me do like this, just know I'm trying to swat away gnats that's flying around. I'm trying to get rid of them, but you can grow it in your house. It's cool. But yeah, that's a lot of stuff that's going on like Chicago right now. It's like certain parts of the city, like it's definitely being gentrified. But one on the upper scale, it's a lot of more positive stuff going on with the black people in certain neighborhoods, with them putting up more artwork. This guy's crazy. Hey, now growing up in LA and stuff like that, did you ever see any new gangs pop up?
New gangs.
Like we had new gangs. Like it was the weirdest gang that I've seen in Chicago that popped up, but they was like the most reckless and craziest gang. It was called the Brain Dead Noodle Knockers.
Hey, bro, don't shoot me.
You know what? Noodle knock?
Brain.
Oh my god, bro, them dudes was reckless, but they was cool. They were younger guys. They were cool. They was doing their thing, bro. I'm like, what?
I said,
some of them was, bro. I'm talking about records, man. Some of them dudes, you ain't know what they was tripping off of.
I didn't see any new games. Everything over there, you know, LA. That's that's pretty much the root. As they say, if your hood don't trace back to LA, you probably fake it,
bro.
But nah, pretty much the 60s trays and Hoovers.
Bro, they crazy, bro. I mean, don't get me wrong. We had, it was still gangs relatively close in close vicinities. We had the Vice Lords, like I said, the GDs, the BDs, the Stones. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had them, but at the same time, it's like I was the type of person that can maneuver through so many settings, and nobody would mess with me because I don't know. I guess I just went rocking the crystals and the different type of hats. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never was approached. I think.
Gangbang.
I think the most awkwardest time I ever had when I was further south along the lake and some dudes got up off their porch and I was up past. It's like, you a blood? It was like, you a blood? I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. We got bloods in Chicago? That's something I didn't even know. Like, bro.
What's that one meme? Is they always playing it? It's like, what's up? It's like a dude walking and it's like, he like acting normal, and then somebody asks him a question, and his face just get like real shocked. Bro. Like, what happened?
Dude, I was scared for my life. You a blood? I'm like, oh shit. about 10 dudes on the porch stood up. I'm like, a blood? I'm like, fam, I ain't with none of that. All I'm thinking in my brain is just don't kill me today. Wait some other time, because I'm never coming back over in this area ever again. That was the only time I ever been. Other than that, people was just cool with me.
Look, man, that shit been happening all my life. You'll be walking down the street, and you can't wear certain shoes, you can't wear certain shirts. It's just changed a lot now, but like during the time I was growing up there when I was a kid, you can't wear certain, just certain colors. Like my grandmother would not allow me to wear any red. I tried to get a Swiss backpack. Swiss backpack got the cross.
The red cross.
Yeah. Not happening. Nothing. No red, man. And then the school colors are sitting around it too. Like at Raymond Avenue's uniform was yellow shirts and dark green pants. Because if you wear any lighter green, you know you start getting affiliated with Pyru and things like that, or something like that. You know, I ain't really no blood is. My knowledge is not there, but I think Pyru colors is green and then the maroon. Like
not the Pyru. What is that? Latino gang?
No, that's Bloods. That's
oh, okay. As you can tell, I don't know. Like we had Latin gangs. You know what I'm saying? Like we had the Counts, the SDs. I had a homie, man. I got a homie. He's still my homie. He like my bro. He the only black dude I know in a Mexican gang, bro. And he had mad respect from them dudes. Like, bro.
Grew up with him?
No. He did not grow up with these dudes, man.
See, I think the only Spanish gang I ever got close to, because I almost went to John Muir before I went to Horace Mann. But I seen F-13 spray painted big as shit on the side of the school, and somebody prior to that had told me that they like sticking black people in barrels.
What?
I was like, yeah, no way. I want to go to Horace Mann.
Barrels.
Horace Mann.
Bro, I can't get down with that. The
no
barrel
way, Jose. I mean, it was big as shit on the side. F-13. I said, no way.
No sir.
And then I think the oddest thing I ever seen living there was like, it's like I said, it was Hoovers, trays, and 60s. That's like my main knowledge in where I lived at around. I see 18th Street spray painted across the street, and I was like, something is off. Something is off. Somebody about to get shot.
Bro, it's crazy, bro. Nah.
Then the police are worse than that, because I was asleep one night. I was asleep, knocked out. All of a sudden, I hear my grandmother, Marlon, out of nowhere. It's like, you didn't hear that? No. Before then, I had kind of rose up a little bit because I heard a helicopter over the house. Like, helicopters fly low. Like, around, that's another thing. Helicopters don't fly low at all over here, like ever, unless they taking off from the hospital, and then there's not that many helicopters at all.
Right. I mean, I live pretty close to the hospital, so it'd be pretty low around here though.
But
but I know what you mean, because remember I was telling you, like, the helicopters be flying low in Chicago. It's been quite a few times where the helicopter didn't spot the light on like me and some people I was hanging out with, and I thought that was quite mind-boggling.
Bro, I'm telling you, I was asleep and the helicopter woke me up. But my grandma said, because I don't remember the dude's name, but the police had shot this guy like right on the, because my girl, where we lived there on Florence, that's a main street. And then like right next to Florence is Raymond. So right on Raymond, right across the street, under the street light, the police had shot this guy. He had jumped out of the car and they filled him up full of lead. My grandma said the whole house was vibrating and I'm in that.
Wow.
Until the helicopter showed up.
Bro, the helicopters didn't start getting on BS in Chicago until I felt like it was about 2016, 17. Because this was around the time I was airbrushing. And when I was airbrushing, I was literally working on it. Cottage Grove is the main street. We was on 79th, but I was on 79th in Drexel. I was in a t-shirt shop called The Shirt Off My Back. You know what I'm saying? And there used to always be a lot of gang activity over there because, you know what I'm saying, whenever people would die, they would always come get rest in peace shirts there. And bro, the police, bro, they was hitting the I'm talking about, bro, they was hitting the shop, the front of the shop with the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, because we used to always have a lot of traffic. Because whenever, like I said, whenever a gang member would get killed or they would pass away, they would always come in there and post. We would do at least 100, 200 shirts whenever somebody would pass away.
Yeah. So
they will always be in there.
And that's another thing. Like every Saturday in LA, there was like, you see a lot of stuff living on the main street. Like,
yes, sir. Bro, who you telling? I remember nights I used to be airbrushing at the shop, bro. It was one time airbrushing in the front window, and the dude run up to this dude on bus stop with a revolver, bro, blew his brains out. I'm like, what? Nah. That's why I said I ain't never been involved in any of the violence, but I've seen some things, but I've seen a lot more positive stuff come out of it.
That's where I see my first body at in LA. Laying in the road.
Yeah, I done seen some bodies, man.
Covered up.
But I've been seeing a lot of positive stuff too, though. Like, man, you know what I'm saying? I was part of a music art band. It was called PMC, Participatory Music Coalition. Some groovy people, bro. I'm talking about, man, we used to do art shows. I used to do live paintings and all that type of stuff.
Nah, like, I never really hung around.
Just really being a part of an art scene in a big city is an amazing thing because there's so many people. And it's like, I don't know, bro. It's something I never experienced. Now, I experienced that within like the last year of me living in Chicago before I moved here. You know what I'm saying? I was never really introduced into the art scene like that.
I tell you, I did not hang around the art district at all. But let me tell you, when rallies happen or when there's a coming together of people, LA know how to do this. Like, I know you remember in like 2004, 2005 when they were doing the I think it was on Cinco de Mayo. All the Spanish people had gotten downtown LA and they had like a whole, like, you talking about a mob, LA come with it when it's time to do something together.
I can believe it, man. Like, I done been in some marches in Chicago, but I don't know, man. Sometimes Chicago people, man, there's so many people on their own agendas. Sometimes it's just hard for people to come together. I mean, but I've seen them come together. Don't get me wrong, though. It's like I said, man, Chicago. They depict a lot of violence from Chicago, but I feel like it's a lot of love there too.
I mean, what I seen in LA has changed a whole lot too, because you know, gang stuff used to be real tight, but everybody wearing different colors now. You run up on the Crip, you'll be in all red. Run up on the Blood, it has some blue on, something like that. And you're not gonna. I imagine. Like, I see some of the people I went to school with, you know, they from different sides of the motherfucker. One's a Blood, one's a Crip, but they still hang together because they known each other for that long. Just because
that's the way it should be, though.
One had to walk a little bit further up the road, and his hood changed that fast. You know, he went somewhere else.
Wasn't there a guy we was talking to at work, and he was saying like, whatever if you got so many family members in one gang, that's what your family is affiliated with.
Yep.
That's crazy, though. But that's not. I mean, I don't know why I didn't think about it, but it's the same way in Chicago, though. It's the exact same way. Now talking about now that, since we've been talking about the big city, let's talk about how it is here in a small town. Coming from like a big city to how it is in a small town.
People still walk around like they got like they like with their chest down.
Bro, I didn't mess with people that be thinking they extremely tough, bro. I'm like, word, you ain't seeing anything, man.
But, you know, people like that. You also got to mark them down as dummies because they got something to prove. That mean they will dirt you in a hurry.
Yeah, I don't know why people be looking to have something to prove like that, but I can tell you one thing, man. The animals. I'm gonna get to the. I don't let my man talk about the other side. I'm gonna talk about the animals though, man, bro. One before I left Chicago, I learned a few things about animals that I didn't even know that we had there. I didn't know we had coyotes in the city, but we got coyotes and somehow we got beavers too. Now, yeah, we got beavers, bro. I didn't see some trees that was like chewed up, like it was a beaver chewed up.
I think I seen one beaver, and that wasn't even here. That was in Colorado.
You know, beavers are underestimated. They are clearly the size of like a 3 to 4 year old child. They're pretty big. Yep. A beaver is huge, bro.
Sound like I could. You should shoot it.
Nah, come in here. Let me say something before I get into the animals exactly. Okay, so in Chicago, a 5-minute car ride is different from a 5-minute car ride in Texas. You know what I'm saying? A 5-minute car ride in Chicago, you can walk that. But a 5-minute car ride in Texas, that's clearly, man. Like a 5-minute car ride in Chicago is probably about what, 15, 20-minute walk in Chicago. A 5-minute car ride in Texas is like an hour, 2-hour walk, man. It's not no joke. I don't know how it's like that, but it's open here. And like I worked living here in Temple, I worked at a Subway all the way in another part. This was another town. It was in Belton. It was on a back road. And I had to ride 11 miles there and 11 miles back. But I worked early in the morning, so I had to be at work at 5. So that 11-mile bike ride took me like 2.5 hours, sometimes an hour and a half. It depends. It depends, man. For real. Early in the morning, it'd probably be like a 2-hour bike ride. On the way home, and I'm already tired, 2.5, almost 3 hours. So I'll stop. And if you riding in the heat, you definitely stopping. You're not riding.
On that note, one thing I do miss, and I know I put 2 fingers up, but there we go. I've yet to figure out the direction of my left and rights in this camera. Y'all bear with me. But I do miss the metro. Like,
oh my God, bro.
Public transport at its finest, because I'm not riding the hop.
Yeah, the bus service here is called the hop, and bro, like if you from Chicago and you from anywhere around Chicago, you know either about the CTA or you know about the Pace. Bro, oh my God, the Pace bus.
I think I heard about Pace before.
The Pace bus is Chicago. The bus is little. Even though you got bus tracker, the bus still don't show up on time. For real, the bus stop will tell you like 5 minutes for the bus coming. You will stand there for 20 minutes. Now, if you ride the Pace bus, that's more on time.
Y'all got trackers?
But yeah, we got bus trackers. You can go to like CCA.com and track the bus.
None of that. You better be at the bus stop. That's how you.
Now that's how Pace is. If you miss the Pace bus, you're gonna be there for an hour, at least an hour.
No,
you know,
not no metro. Like they got. I mean, it depends on what time like you usually move around.
I mean, but that's just the regular schedule of the Pace bus. Though it runs like that. That's just how they work. That's just how they move. But oh my God, the bus is here.
Hold on, I'm about to step out real quick.
The bus is here. You riding them?
Oh, a couple styles, people.
You waiting at least 2 hours. These buses not no joke. If you miss the bus here, you're gonna be here until you pass away. Like if you wait on the bus when you about, they just say you start waiting on the bus when you about 15. You're not getting on that bus till you're about 85. So you better hope you can walk. But anyway, I'm riding my bike to Subway. This is a 22-mile round trip. Like I said, I started working at 5 in the morning, and then I usually would get off around 1:30. But I would have to leave out the house sometimes. If I'm riding my bike, I would have to leave out the house about 3:30, 3 o'clock. These back roads in Texas, there are no street lights. Oh my God. It's so pitch black out there. Riding your bike, you need a headlight. There's all type of animals. Now, I'm used to seeing raccoons in the city. If you out late enough, you'll see a raccoon. One day, I thought a raccoon was definitely a dog. Now, if you're from Chicago, one thing you would know about is you would definitely know about Giordano's pizza. It's some of the best pizza in Chicago. My God. That deep dish ain't nothing to joke with. It was one night I went to Giordano's because I had lived relatively close to Hyde Park at one point. And I was coming back with some pizza I had left over. And man, oh man, some raccoons chased me. That shit was no joke. I had to throw my pizza down because it's like it's either pizza or your life. Which one are you gonna go? And the last thing you want to do is have raccoons on you. Like I don't know anybody who want raccoons on them. If you get a raccoon on you, it's worse than having a squirrel on you. I'm not even gonna joke. The only time I've ever seen anybody get attacked by a squirrel has definitely been on the movie. But I can only imagine you getting a raccoon on you. That's are you alright? Alright, this guy is tripping. Anyway, now having a raccoon on you, I'm not too sure, but I know you don't want it because a raccoon is a nice sized animal. Now here, you remember I said there are no street lights on these back roads, so I'm riding my bike around like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, pitch black. Now it's heavy just pedaling. Now I end up saving some money up, got me a bike with an engine on it. That bike gave me more problems than I ever had with anything in my life.
Man, you over here giving the people the PSA?
Man,
like how to survive Texas.
My bike broke down on one of the back roads one morning. And I'm gonna tell you people something. What you talking about, man?
On your phone, what's that face I'm making right now?
I don't know, bro. Let me finish this story. No, man, it's paused.
Oh, alright.
Listen, this man's crazy, man. My bike broke down on one of the back roads.
It's true.
And I don't know if you ever been anywhere pitch black without any lights, but things move that you are not prepared for.
Why you sound like you're going through a horror story?
Because I'm thinking about it again. And then the night before that, me and my queen, we had watched the new Jeepers Creepers movie. You don't want to be stuck on the back road after watching that movie because you hear anything rumbling, you definitely gonna think something is coming from one of your body parts. Nah. I had 2 different bikes I had with engines on it. The first time my bike broke down, I thought I saw a wolf, but it was a coyote. But it was so big that it looked like the spirit of death. Now there's several different animals out here that if you see, you underestimate the size of these animals before you see them in person. The first animal I underestimated was the coyote. Now, coyote in the city of Chicago is like a regular dog. A coyote out here, you would think it's one of those werewolves from the Twilight movie. Like, I thought it was a wolf, though, for real. But I thought it was like a mutated wolf, though. Like, it was crazy. Bro. For real, bro. I thought it was the death creeping on my shoulder. The other animal that I underestimated here was a vulture.
A vulture? Bro, you must have seen the owls here.
No, I haven't seen no owl. But a vulture, I'm riding my bike. And when I saw the vulture, I was riding my bike down the road during the daytime. I saw the vulture from a distance. I'm like, what is that shadow on the road? I just saw it sitting there. And as I got closer, it expanded its wings. I'm like, oh my God, is that the Grim Reaper? Bro, it was crazy. I've never seen a vulture before until I saw that. You know when you see a vulture, bro. The wingspan is nothing to joke with.
But has anything scarring happened to you?
Yes, man. When my bike broke down that back road, bro, I seen deers, bro.
Physically scarring.
Physically scarring. Yeah, man.
Animal wise.
No, what? No, of course not.
I've been, like I told you this before, I've been scratched in the top of my head by a bird when I was a kid.
Oh, I'm thinking you talking about why we been here in Texas, bro. I've been physically scarred by an animal before.
It might have been close though. But it's a bird. I never expected. Like you never expect that out of a. I imagine birds are kind of.
That's not true, bro. I told you I lost a whole job off some birds, man. I was working for a catering company, and we was doing the event at the Shedd Aquarium for all these were rich people, man. I don't even remember what the occasion was for, but they usually have like big events. Sometimes it'd be a wedding, but this wasn't a wedding though. And I'm carrying a whole tray of filled to the brim champagne glasses. I'm talking about your boy smooth moving. Now, what I didn't pay attention to there was these signs that said, "Watch out for certain nesting areas for these blackbirds," because it was their mating season and stuff like that. Man, I walk clean, smooth through. I bust this little turn. I come out the door. I get swarmed by birds. I dropped the whole tray. They sent me home. I lost my job, man. Now I'm trying to tell them I didn't drop it off me. I dropped it because the birds attacked me.
Yeah, no sympathy, man.
No sympathy at all. I couldn't believe this, man.
That bird
I was shocked and appalled.
Animals have mean streaks. I don't know what I was doing to the bird. I just remember everybody saying duck and nobody grabbed me. I was a baby. I think, you know, I talk to my cousins about this shit sometimes. They find it funny. But I think they really a-holes. You know, nobody grabbed the baby.
The animals?
Huh?
The animals?
No, my cousin.
Oh.
Nobody grabbed the baby. You know, everybody said duck. Nobody grabbed the baby. I just know I
Nobody
remember.
grabbed the baby.
I remember.
They left you out there to get attacked.
I remember getting scratched in the head, but I remember nothing after that. I remember ducking and turning around.
I think that might have been the most vicious thing that happened to me was just that bird thing, man. That's nothing. That sounds pretty terrible.
I have scratched in the head. I've almost been eaten by a pit bull. I almost let both of my sisters get eaten though. I gave them a countdown. Like if you ever talk to them, they're gonna tell you I didn't count them down. But there was like 4 or 5 pit bulls, and I seen them pass under the street, like, and I seen the heads on them. I said, like it was like that big. I said, that's death. I said, I gave him a countdown. I had toilet. I did. I had toilet paper. We came back from the store. I had like a big old roll of toilet tissue in one arm, and I had some bags in the other. And I gave him a countdown. I said, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I boom broke off. I'm running. One of my sisters is running behind me. One of them, she decided to fight the dogs like she the tamer or something. Like she the tamer or something. I broke off running, and if them dogs would have got hold to her that day, man, I love her to death, but bro, she should have ran. I was gone. Like Usain Bolt. I was out of there.
I don't think there's ever been any. Oh wait, I was almost attacked by a dog once, but I clearly hopped over the hood of a car. My homie didn't even know I could hop that far.
That's fear.
I definitely didn't want to.
Fear give you a streak boost.
I didn't want to die, so I was like, I'm definitely on and popping with this. I'm gone. But yeah, man, being stuck on that back road here in Texas was quite creepy. I had to learn how to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've met some really cool people here, him being one of them. And
I got that right that time, you know, because I expected it to be on the other side.
It's the small victories. Like my boss at Subway, she was pretty cool, man. Her husband was cool. Her kids was cool. You know what I'm saying? Her name was Ashley. Her husband's name was Larry. They lived like in this little trailer park behind the Subway I worked at. And Subway, like I said, I worked at was on like this back road. So it was like a lot of country people back there, man. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of racist back there. I can't even lie, man.
That we about to catch that because it's definitely racist in Belton, Texas, and Sprinkles and Temple.
Like when I was kicking it with my boss and them, like they was cool, man. You know what I'm saying? They said a little stuff every now and then that was just a little racy, but you know what I'm saying? I feel like, man, you know, sometimes people don't even know no better, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they got stereotypes. Some people got stereotypes. Some people don't know any better, bro, because that's all they was raised in. But at the same time, you can't really give them a pass card because you live in a type of time where
the only way I'm giving you a pass if you were raised like homeschooled in your parents' basement, never seen the light of day, never seen a TV, and then I'm gonna question why you so damn weird at the same time.
That's true, but you gotta think about it, like, man, like, I don't give nobody no pass on anything, especially when it comes to black people, because man, I feel very strong about our people, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Twice in a row.
For real, bro. It's like that, my G. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I feel like with everything I try to do, I really want to heal the world, but my people, that's my home. And I feel like you cannot heal the world unless you heal your home first. You know what I'm saying? So you got to begin the healing with your people. And I feel like me and my people are one and the same. So the healing got to start there first. But sometimes, bro, especially being raised in such an area, some of these areas is closed off. You know what I'm saying? Some of these people don't never leave the area that they in, and their schooling is not up to par. Like this dude I'm talking to, like it was one dude. He was racist. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have any type of reason to be racist besides what he hear on media. But at the same time, it was kind of like my man didn't even know what Pangea was, and I'm kind of like, what? You don't know what Pangea was? So it's kind of like that education thing kind of kicks in too, though. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think in one type of way, a lot of times when you're online, you're not looking up biased things. I mean, you're not looking up things that are like on both sides. You look up things that are like completely biased, bro. So if you country, you just looking up country stuff. You're not thinking about looking up things that's like one-sided, bro.
But you're comfortable with what you know.
Like this dude, he really loved Alex Jones. And I didn't even realize how racist Alex Jones was, bro. He tried to play like he not racist, but my man mad racist though. And I didn't even know he was based in Austin, Texas, which is like one of the weirdest places in America.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't fuck around in Austin.
I like Austin because it's artsy, but I don't know, man. People try to, I don't know, man. I just like it because it's artsy.
It's alright.
But Texas overall is just it's a racist place, man. If you ask me, like Chicago got some racist stuff cracking, but Texas is a little bit more racist.
Los Angeles, California. I've never been called a nigger.
I've been called a nigger in Chicago once, but we beat the shit out that dude though.
I never experienced that, man. I thought
like we was in high school, we was young. The dude was like, we was crossing the street. The dude bumped my shoulder. He's like, "Watch where you going, nigger." Me and my homegirl turn around like, "Word, word." My man, we had to put his legs to sleep. You know what I'm saying? We had to ragdoll his ass.
I thought it was a myth, but I come to Belton. I went to school. I went to school in Temple, Texas, and I went to school in Belton, Texas. Temple, Texas, we never hear that. You know, black and whites, they kind of mesh together. But in Belton, it's a very large ratio. Like, you know, the majority are white. So we sitting on the bus, and you know, it's only like 3 black people on the bus, 3 of us.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really mess with anybody. You know, we ain't on the bus talking about cracker this, cracker that, acting all loud and whatnot. But somehow or another, all the kids in the back, Mexicans and whites included, you know, they feel comfortable enough. You know, they start spitting. Oh, we don't like niggers and all that bull snot and unprovoked. Unprovoked, you know, none of us have said or done nothing. The bus driver, I know the bus driver hears it because they're yelling it. Bus driver says nothing. I know they were, if I'd have got up and slapped or socked one of them, I'd have been in trouble. I know I would have. And they're recording the whole thing. But I'm not, I guess I wasn't supposed to feel anything or anything like that. And I don't know about the whole words, sticks and stones might break my bone, but it just ran me hot because they feel like
words will definitely hurt you, bro. I don't know why people try to play like words and not words, man. And words, yeah, right. That's casting. That's like it's casting a spell, man. And you know what I'm saying? Words carry weight, bro. You know what I'm saying? If words didn't mean anything, people wouldn't tell each other that they loved them or anything like that. So, like, I don't even know why they say that. I mean, I guess it's just something they do to play it off, but. I've been seeing some things here, man. As far as like, man, I done seen people with clan tattoos on all
flags everywhere. What you say? What you tell me? Said the Confederate flag is the first time someone has lost the war and got to keep their flag.
Right, that's the only time I ever seen anybody lose a war and they get to keep their flag. Typically, whatever side loses, they lose their flag. But to hear people here, they act like the Confederate flag is everything, man. I don't get it, but hey, man, I feel like this, man.
The South will rise again.
Black people got their flag. Hell nah. You know what I'm saying? we I don't know. It's a lot of stuff that I feel like we as black people, we let people get away with it, but then we still support them.
Because it's a
bro, you didn't lock the door, bro.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. I thought I heard somebody about to come through here, but they gonna get towed off.
Man, how fast are you? Is the question.
Fast enough to hit him in the head with the sword.
I am a ninja first.
But yeah, though, man, it's crazy. Like, man, you can see all type of racist stuff go down.
Home security.
People don't understand. People don't try to understand each other. And the race card is gonna forever be played. But I really feel like a lot of times, us as melanated people, we let people get away with things, and we give people
peaceful
power. Yeah, we peaceful at heart, but yeah, we still come from the most powerful warriors on the planet. Like this whole thing going on with H&M, I feel like, you know, you still gonna give your money to them because Timberland then told you what that tree represented, and they still buying Tim's. Right. Tommy Hilfiger then told you what he was about, you still buying Tommy Hilfiger. So it's like, come on, man, what you gonna do?
babe. I'm gonna say
the NFL then told you what they was on, and that even looks like the slave trade, and y'all still rocking with the NFL when you got players making millions of dollars. They could have brought their money together and made their own league by now.
And that trickles down to like I was in boxing too. Like I told you before, like there was a point where we were waiting in the weigh-in, and it's like we were fighting inside of like a cell barn, you know, where they keep cows and stuff at. So they had us in there where they wash the cows off at, and it's like me and like 30 other dudes standing there in our drawers in the line waiting to get weighed in. And I said, this is oddly reminiscent of slavery, you know, standing on the podium to get sold, but
getting weighed in your drawers, you know what I'm saying?
And yeah, but it's to cut weight, because your clothes weigh a lot, man. You know, sometimes it make you get butt naked.
It's craziness, man. People still go with it.
Oh yeah, I fought. I went in there and fought, but that's because I love boxing.
I don't even watch sports, man.
It was an out.
I don't watch sports at all. I feel like I don't want to live vicariously through another person. If I'm gonna play something, I just go outside and play it. Like knowing the stats and names of players is, I don't know, it's too much for me. I can't really get into it.
Boxing is different though.
And here,
if you're going into a fight and you watch tape on somebody and they fight the same every video or every fight they coming at you the same. You can calculate, you can time things. I don't know how that works in football because I ain't never really played sports in school because them dudes was gay. And that school's out in Belton, Texas. Y'all got snitched on. Y'all was in there playing butt naked leapfrog. I'm not with it.
What is? I don't even want to know what that is.
Bro,
bro, please, please.
I don't mess around.
Butt naked leapfrog. What? Where did they create this game at? Man, I think I'm asking too many questions on that, man. Butt naked leapfrog. Heard it here first, you guys. Butt naked leapfrog. Get some meat on your head.
Bro, I wasn't with it. I was like, nah. And it's around the time. Everybody I run into will tell me like my physical build was like, hey, you should play football, man. You should play football, man. You should play football. So I pondered it. And then it's like the ancestors spoke out and they let me hear that. And they was like, no, don't do it.
Crazy, man.
Don't do it. And plus, I'd rather box, honestly, because if you're going to get brain damage, you might as well get brain damage. In football, you're going to get brain damage. You ain't going to be able to walk right. They're going to attach a ligament from your neck to your leg so you can walk straight. You can get ACL tears and cracked ribs. You can get cracked ribs in boxing too. You get hit hard enough.
Like that picture you posted of Mike Tyson punching that dude. Oh my God.
Make you reach and grab your life.
The truest rib wrecker. That's the origin of rib wrecking, if you ask me. Dude definitely gave him what you would call it, a colon cleanser.
Iron Mike is definitely. You know, I used to say I get in there like with a prime Mike Tyson. You know, that was just me speaking from an idiot's place. But that dude was seriously nothing to play with. And
man, off topic, bro. You keep trying to say you could box a kangaroo, bro. There's no way you're going to box a kangaroo and live, bro. I keep trying to tell you, a kangaroo is not nothing to be played with.
After I see the kangaroo, knowingly put the dog in a headlock just to lure the guy closer, I'm like, nah.
You will die.
Nah.
A kangaroo will knock you out, bro.
Nah. Anything that can set a trap, you gotta be kind of cautious around it, and that goes for people too.
Kangaroo. I can't believe this man told me he could box a kangaroo. Stop it, bro. A kangaroo? Man, that thing can hold his whole weight up on his tail, bro. He can just lean back on his tail. That. You ever kangaroos be like this, bro? Mad buff, bro.
You can't buff a bullet.
See, now we talking about something different. Because we said box, and now you talking about shooting one.
I'll shoot a person too.
I would too.
There's a difference, there's just certain things you do that just put you in line to be shot. It's Texas in there.
Bro,
and LA.
I just sent it off, my G.
What's that?
I'm sending everybody this link so they can watch this.
Yo, that's good, though. I told her, but she acted like she didn't know what I was talking about.
Man, hey, doing this YouTube thing is kind of fun. I can't even lie, man. One of the things that got me into wanting to do is my daughter. She was like, Dad, I've always wanted to be on YouTube because she watches like other little kids with their dads and stuff on there, how they channel. So I really do hope like this inspires her to do her own thing though, because you know what I'm saying. It's not really that hard. She could do it off her tablet if she wanted to. I think
She gonna say what you think she gonna name it?
Awkward girl,
Awkward girl.
young awkward girl. I don't know. She like that little awkward thing though. She cool. She is a little awkward though. But she's super cool though.
Different.
Yeah, you got to, man. Especially like, and that's getting into that. That's something I like about here. It's a lot more people that embrace being different than you would see in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Because in Chicago, like a lot of people gotta have the Jordans or gotta have some type of like expensive shoes, and it's like, bro, here, I'm like, it's still some people out here that gotta have like expensive kicks, bro. But it's more of them, boy. Since I live out here, I bought my first pair. And y'all don't laugh. I brought my first pair of Skechers. Boy, you can never rock them in the city, boy.
I contain that. I swear, as soon as I cross the LA County line, if I had some Skechers on my feet, everybody I ever went to school.
Boy, it's like, but as soon as you go into the Chicago city limits, if you got Skechers on, boy, it's like they got spiders. It's like, like, wait a minute.
I swear you be able to hear it.
You're gonna see my head explode.
Cause a damn.
You're gonna hear somebody scream from across the street. Oh my God, he needs some milk.
You know what we used to call Skechers?
What?
The Amber Codes.
What?
That's a throwback. You know, to anybody that was connected with it. We used to call Skechers Amber Codes. Nigga, that shit was funny.
Holy cow, bro! But definitely some of the craziest stuff I've experienced here is definitely the roads not having street lights. It takes some adjusting to that. There's a lot of quiet spots. You don't really have any quiet spots when you live in the city. Like
this city definitely goes to sleep.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. I had somebody tell me today, like, where I stay at, the little apartment complexes, which everything out here is like a far out suburbs compared to what Chicago is. They told me, it was like, oh, you live in the ghetto or in the hood. Bro, what is that? Well, I thought that was some birds flying into the window or something, man.
I've seen too many movies.
People
man.
Like, oh, you live in the ghetto. I'm like, ghetto. I'm like, man, there's not even anybody out here arguing. Nobody outside arguing. People don't be outside drinking. You don't see the drug dealers out here are very inconspicuous. You wouldn't even know. Everybody. And when you come out to the country, the drug dealers, they just look like regular old folk.
You know? Oh, you can definitely spot a meth head though. That's.
Oh no, I'd say the drug dealers look different. The people who do drugs, they look the same. No matter where you go. They
same.
Out here, I haven't seen too many crackheads. We got a lot of crackheads in Chicago, but here you got a lot of people that do meth, and you could tell when they tripping, bro. They ain't got no teeth in their mouth. If they do, their teeth skinny as hell, and they is definitely moving fast. They move faster than crackheads, and they talk 10 times faster than crackheads.
And dismantle your whole house.
Or people who do cocaine, they talk faster than them too. One dude, swear to God, he was my friend, bro. I was like, I never met you before, bro. I'm making your sandwiches Subway for the first time, bro. But he was tripping off something. He was like, man, just put a lot of extra oil in there, some vinegar. Can you put the tomatoes on there first, then the meat? I'm like, this man, bro, we done already started the sandwich.
They turned into business, like they turned into businessmen. Like they got like if they weren't an entrepreneur before, once they hit that crack rock, that glass, they gonna turn into businessmen. They got a whole venture for you to get the money out of your pocket. It's a given.
And something else I noticed, like that is really different from being in a big city to being in a small town. Big city people, we think on a completely different level. Are you alright, man?
I'm trying to figure out because every time I look at myself, I can't.
Just focus on the light, bro.
Look, I gotta get real close for my eyes to
They gonna think we the Hodge twins, bro. The dark skinned versions. You keep on doing that.
Look, I'm just trying to figure something out.
Hey, now, Fredo, the people out here, they think way differently than people in the city. I don't know what it is. Maybe they feel like they have less to worry about. But my mind is on a completely different level than people who live out here, bro. It seems like they just so simple. Like life is just be the simplest things out here. Bro, when I'm in the city, I mean, I'm not paranoid, but my mind on something completely different.
They just talk to people any type of way, and they just feel like, you know, they're not going to get, like, struck for it.
Right.
Like,
but I mean, like it's still like it's good and bad. Like when I first moved here from Chicago, people here they can be nicer, but they can be way more prejudiced than they are in Chicago at the same time. It's like
they teach you like
some of the most racist people here will still speak to you like, "Oh, hey, how you doing? How's your day going? What about those Cowboys?" And I always just break them down. I don't even watch sports, bro. You can stop the conversation right here, and they still keep going about the. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe you don't like sports because I'm not talking about the college team Cowboys.
Oh, you talking about dude from last, what was that? We was at work last and you started trying to talk about the college game, the Bama game.
I'm like, bro, I don't watch no sports. Cut that short, bro. And they still will keep going. Like, they deaf. Like, here in Texas, if you tell somebody you don't watch sports, they look at you like you from another world. Like, bro, I don't get down with none of the sports. Don't bother me about none of the sports. I don't want to talk to you about sports. Now, maybe if you want to talk about some art, I can get down with that. You want to talk about some history? I can get down with that.
Anime.
Anime. I'm with the anime, man. Hardcore, man. But please do not approach me about no. So believe it. Oh my God. I don't get down there, bro. But the people here are not nicer. Like if you walk down the street in Chicago and you speak, people will look at you like you're a foreign.
That's normal here.
Here? No. I'm talking about in Chicago. That's how it is.
That's what I'm saying, but that's like you random people. You know, well, in LA too. Like, I mean, I've seen people.
Oh, they talk to y'all. When y'all talk to each other like in LA like that. Like, Chicago people, I guess they just naturally don't trust each other.
If I'm gonna look at if I'm walking past somebody and we make eye contact, it's just in me to say what's up because what else?
Oh yeah, if you make eye contact, but see, I don't know, man. But you gotta be in certain parts of Chicago.
You also gotta watch people because there's one time I was walking home from school. I mean, this dude had to be like I was like five, probably 5'3" at the time, 5'4". This dude had to be like 6'5", nigga, and big. He gonna tell me I look like his little cousin and try to reach me $1. This man could fit me in his jacket. I said, "Nah, I'm good."
That dollar's gonna take him a long way. He's gonna straight dip you off in the van like
stupid. Boop. He thinks I'm stupid.
Come here, little boy. I got some candy in this van for you. You like chocolate?
Yo, that's another thing though. There's one time I was walking home from school. I'm glad I didn't know these people. I wasn't walking home. I was walking to school. I see like this truck pull up. I'm walking up Florence, going to Horace Mann. There's a truck that pulls up behind me on the road, and like this dude jump out the back of it. And he walks up beside me, and he drops a Glock. He just dropped a Glock, like right there on the concrete by the fence. And I'm looking at the gun, and I look at him. Something said, "Keep walking." So I kept walking. And his girl jumped out chasing after him and was like, da 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 this, da da da. I don't want to hear shit. I don't know nothing.
I don't know anything.
Keep your business to
yourself. That's the best thing you could do, especially living in the big city. Is just, man,
where's my nose at on my face? That's somebody else's business.
And that's something that here in a country town, like people don't be on that type of stuff. Like everybody know everybody's business. You know
Nosy.
In Chicago, boy, you best mind your own, or you will definitely become everybody else's business real quick. Everybody will be reading about you. But I don't know, man. The country life is pretty cool. You get to see a lot more different animals, cows and stuff like that. Places, I mean, like animals that you would typically have to see. If you wanted to see them in the city, you would have to go to like a zoo or something like that. But if I had to choose, man, I don't know, man. I live in the city all my life, so city life is just the coolest to me. I can't, like, I don't know, man. People in the country, man, they cool, man, but I done met some cool people, man, and I done met some people that were just straight strange. You know what I'm saying? In both settings, I met some very honorable people. My man back there with the After Real True clothes on, you know what I'm saying? Looking too smooth. Like, but man, like everything is so far here. Like, man, to get to the post office is like 5 miles away from my house, man. Like, it's crazy. Everything is so far. As opposed in the city, like everything is relatively close because there's a lot. I think everything in the city is in abundance. Like you can just go. Like here, stuff closed down so early, and you cannot. Like in Chicago, you can go from any corner, at least within a 2-block radius. Any 2-block radius, you gonna find a restaurant that's gonna sell you a burger, a pop, some fries. You can get that for at least $6. So I'm talking about gyro cheeseburger, or for people who don't know, gyro is gyro cheeseburger or double cheeseburger or some pizza. Everything comes with fries. Here, bro, you can't find a gyro cheeseburger first off.
For a box of chicken.
But you definitely gonna pay $8
for a box
for a hamburger.
Shout out.
You definitely gonna pay $6 for some fries. Like you're not gonna find that combo together. In Chicago, you can find a combo. You can get your gyro cheeseburger, fries, and a pop for like $8, and that's with tax included. Here, you're not gonna find that, and you definitely not gonna find that late at night. Not at all. Nothing stays open late unless you're talking about Walmart. That's the only thing that's open 24 hours.
Shout out to Tommy's. Shout out to Burger Planet, Burger Palace. Shout out to all the restaurants in Cali. Y'all truly miss, because Texas, you know, they not doing me right.
They do got some restaurants here that we don't have in Chicago, but I wouldn't trade them for what we have in Chicago. Like, they got Jack in the Box, it's cool, but unless you want to take a good old dump, I don't think you should eat a lot of Jack in the Box.
Nah, I got some criticism, man. Come on. Look, I went to Sonic the other day. Sonic. I ordered some chili cheese fries. Chili cheese fries. It took them 5 whole minutes to bring the chili cheese. 10. I'm not even joking. 10 minutes to bring out some chili cheese fry, and it was like in the thing that they bring out the hot dogs in. Look, I swear, you go to Burger Palace. You go to Burger Palace on Florence, and the dude, you can watch him through the window. He gonna get you a big old plate, or put some fries in it. He gonna put the chili on there. He gonna put the cheese on there. It's gonna start melting when the cheese hits the chili, and then he close it up. And by the time you open it, you got a whole plate of chili cheese fries. And it only took him 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Sonic, you suck. You behind. I miss LA in that respect.
Sonic is cool, but I definitely would never. I don't know where you are, but if you eat chili from Sonic's, you want to be sitting on the toilet for a while. Just like people love White Castle, I won't eat White Castle.
I've never eaten White Castle.
I ate White Castle a few times.
That was a
mess, man.
Yeah, I was that. I realized how that looked.
Like, man, if you eat White Castles, you're gonna. It's certain places that if you eat from, you're gonna be in the bathroom. Like Jack in the Box, we don't have in Chicago. You definitely gonna be in the bathroom on that one. White Castles we have in Chicago.
Yeah, but In and Out.
In and Out. In and Out is White Castles here. It's the same as White Castles.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
the same thing, bro. They cook their hamburger with the onions on it, bro. I don't like onions.
In and Out, look.
You know they good for your blood.
In and Out by LAX in Cali, nigga. You can smell it. And it's by the airport and by the water at that. And the air moves around a lot. No, you can smell the whole shebang. You can smell the restaurant before you make it there. And I'm talking about blocks. This In and Out here, it is not the same. You can't smell it. You'll pass it if you're not paying attention. And people down talk In and Out because they not getting the true In and Out. Go to California, go to Los Angeles, go by LAX. When you smell the burgers, that's nowhere else but In and Out. Telling me, boy, Shango with 2 S's sent you.
And now that I think about that, that's why he called the Rib Wreaker, because he be having to take massive dumps, man, from eating that In and Out. That's why he the Rib Wreaker, because his ribs is wrecked.
Yo, I didn't think like preparation like really mattered. Like your food, your stomach had to adjust the food until me and my cousin went to In and Out. He's never eaten In and Out before. This man ate a burger, and I swear he ran like 3 stop signs.
That's only. Hey, I never had to go to like Wendy's to do me like that, and they don't even really have no Wendy's here.
I think. There's a Wendy's right across the street from where we work at. Well, not right across the street, but like you go down the block.
I didn't see no Wendy's.
And it's past the bridge. You had to pass it going to the little Spanish spot.
Spanish spot?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
At the company gathering.
Oh, it is a Wendy's right there. I'm saying it's not a lot though.
Oh yeah, no.
But you're right. I forgot all about that Wendy's though.
It's only like one because I know it's 2 Wendy's here. There's one at the truck stop.
There's not a lot of Popeyes chickens here, but they do have Bush's chicken. Bush's chicken is pretty good.
Not better than Louisiana.
No, it's not better than Popeyes, man. KFC, I don't care where you go. All that chicken.
You never heard of Louisiana chicken?
Louisiana chicken?
Yeah.
No.
Oh my God, my folks from LA, they know they can taste it right now. I can taste it from the biscuits.
I need to try it. I need to get a hold of some of that.
You need to go to LA, and I need to go to the Shire.
Popeye's chicken is so good.
You gotta mix and match.
But I don't care. I don't care where you go. KFC chicken dry as hell, man. And they biscuits are just as dry.
KFC. I went to a KFC in Arizona, and we were sitting in a drive-thru, and something smelled like fiercely dead. Like,
oh no, it don't smell that bad.
No,
but I can tell you, if you really hate somebody, hit them with a cold KFC biscuit. Definitely gonna knock their head off. Like, man,
everything is different though. Like compared, because churches here is nasty. Churches in LA,
church's chicken.
Yes,
church chicken in Chicago is the greasiest damn thing. If you take a piece of church chicken and you rub it on a bag, a paper bag, it's transparent.
It's not like that in LA though. I mean, you catch like if they just barely hire somebody and they don't know what they're doing, it's gonna be a little bit more like.
No, I'm talking every church's chicken you go to, the chicken is gonna be.
I'm telling you, some of the best chicken you'll ever eat. I'm
talking chicken is decent.
I live in Florence, so all the restaurants
is
not
like better
right
than
there.
Popeyes.
The church's chicken on Florence, the one that got hit by the car, like somebody ran through it with a car. That's they chicken smacking.
I'm gonna tell y'all this though. Hey, what we don't have that we need down here is a Harold's chicken. Listen, man, a Harold's chicken is a Chicago exclusive, just like HEB is a Texas exclusive grocery store. We need a Harold's chicken here, man. Or any of them Arab people that's down there in Chicago that got them restaurants, man, y'all need to bring some restaurants down here. Really, the black people need to open restaurants. But I guess a lot of people here in Texas cook. I tell you one thing, I never ate brisket until I moved down here.
I miss Belizean food.
Now they got a couple of African restaurants.
That's African and Belizean too.
No, I mean it's a restaurant in Killeen that serves African dishes and Belizean and Jamaican food.
Yeah, so Caribbean. Yeah, Caribbean food.
Yeah, they sell African food and Caribbean food in this one restaurant.
In the oxtails, bean and rice, the plantain.
Man, bro, it was some good food. That oxtails is good. My mom was just talking to me about oxtails. Bro. She was telling me I need to get a crock pot.
Smack.
Man, I miss that type of food, man. Dang.
You hear how we talking about it? That just lets you know how it's just killing us.
It hurt me, man. They don't got it. Like, man, for real. You literally gotta know how to cook it. I mean, I got to cook it, but I ain't got the right cooking utensils to make it. But, woo! Definitely the food game is not nothing like it is in Chicago. Chicago is very diverse. Oh, my God. Let me tell y'all. The Chinese food here, if you're from Chicago, listen. The Chinese food here is disrespectful, okay?
They don't know. Like, I got looked at like because I asked for orange chicken one time. They looked at me like they didn't know what orange chicken was.
Listen,
the chicken's orange, literally.
I don't eat coconuts, and I know coconuts is very good for you. It's good for your bones, and it's good just for your body in general. But the coconut shrimp that they have, the coconut shrimp and the coconut chicken that they have in Chicago actually has real coconut on it. Shavings. Here, there's some type of white sauce. I've seen people, I'm like, what? Coconut chicken, white sauce? It's crazy. Point being is, don't come from a major city trying to get some good food.
My uncle had a lesson. That's what I'm going to leave everybody with. My uncle said, never eat seafood from a place with no ocean.
I can go off that.
Yeah, and I got to go on that.
All right, man.
After Real Truth, Pomegranate Samurai, Shango with 2 S's.
2 S's, Rib Wreaker.
Copy one. Man, it's clean. And
copy one, like man. We're gonna toss the link to the website. And on that note, we out of here.
Gatorade Suppository.
Oh my God. Hey, much bliss on your head tops, man. Love to all the people out there. Thank y'all for checking in.